With the increasing number of mistakes being made by De Gea and the mounting criticism he is receiving from pundits, De Gea's position at the club is being questioned for the first time since his early days at United as a young developing keeper. De Gea seemed to have recovered with crucial saves against Southampton and Crystal Palace, but that was all undone in Sunday's FA Cup semi-final against Chelsea, with two horrendous errors that has piled the pressure back on De Gea. Solskjaer's backing of De Gea, saying he is the best in the world, will not be enough to ease the pressure. The scrutiny De Gea is receiving has been emphasised by the fact United seemingly have a viable alternative already on their books, in the shape of Dean Henderson. Henderson joined United from Carlisle United when he was 14. He has since progressed through United's youth ranks and has spent the last 2 seasons on loan at Sheffield United, where he helped them gain promotion to the Premier League last season and has been part of one of the meanest defences in the Premier League this season. Let's look at how the two keepers have matched up statistically this season. The first stats to stand out are that Henderson has had 1 more clean sheet than De Gea and has conceded 6 less goals, having only played 2 less games than De Gea. Both keepers have faced a similar number of shots, but Henderson has the superior save ratio and goals per game stats, while De Gea has conceded twice as many goals inside the box as Henderson. The generous stat for both goalkeepers are the amount of errors leading to goals. The 3 errors leading to goals that has been accredited to De Gea doesn't include Bergwijn's or Stanislas's goals. Henderson could have had an extra 2 accredited to him for Newcastle's first 2 goals at St James's Park. It is clear that Henderson has edged the battle of the stats, but is this lies, damn lies in statistics? To break this down further, I have conducted an eye test on both goalkeepers, marking the technical, physical and intangible goalkeeping assets out of 20. Looking at punching technique, against Burnley, Henderson faced 2 long-range shots, one from Bardsley and one from Rodriguez. Both went straight down his throat and he punched them down into the middle of the box. The first just missed Rodriguez, who was following in, and the second went straight to McNeil, who missed a sitter. Both terrible punches that could have resulted in 2 goals. For me, Henderson's reflexes are his main strength. When it's instinctive and he doesn't have to think about the situation, he is very good. He has made a number of reflex saves in the box that have impressed many and has been the foundation of the plaudits he has received. Looking at the physical attributes now, De Gea's agility is second to none. He has the fastest feet in the goalkeeping world. That was proven with that save in Milivojic's free kick against Palace. You can count on one hand the amount of keepers who could have pulled that save off. On the flip side, Henderson's footwork for Saint-Maximin's goal against Newcastle left a lot to be desired, initially going with his wrong foot, and the ball was past him by the time he adjusted. Composure under pressure and decision-making seemed to be a weakness in Henderson's game. In the FA Cup against Arsenal, Henderson rushed off his line and got nowhere near to shutting Ceballos down, who slotted it past him. It looked like Henderson panicked and made completely the wrong decision. If he stayed on his line, Ceballos doesn't score from there. Henderson does have a degree of eccentricity about him. There is a twitchy unpredictability about Henderson at times, especially when he has to assess a situation. The more time he has to think about a situation, the more unpredictable and erratic he becomes. Overall, even factoring in the mistakes De Gea has made, he is still a superior keeper to Henderson. Henderson may be a top keeper in the future, but he is not a standout keeper at this moment in time, and the answer to United's keeping problems. United are currently not in the realms of Liverpool and Manchester City, where the margins are barely visible. So has De Gea, based on his performances in previous seasons, earned the right to start next season as United's number 1? De Gea has been awarded the Sir Matt Busby Player of the Year award 4 times, and the most recent in 2018, and the only player to have won it on 4 occasions. He has been the only player who has consistently produced world-class performances since Sir Alex Ferguson's retirement, and up until the back end of last season when the mistakes started to come, he was regarded by many to be the best keeper in the world. Looking back over the post-Fergie era, how low could United have sunk if it wasn't for the brilliance of De Gea? At this moment in time, De Gea is not putting in match-winning performances that United fans have been accustomed to. That doesn't mean he's a bad goalkeeper. It just means he's back in the pack and is no longer a standout keeper. With that in mind, what are the viable options out there that are better than De Gea currently? The obvious option, who I consider to be the best keeper in the world, is Jan Oblak. With a £100 million buyout clause, he doesn't come cheap. But could United negotiate a De Gea plus cash swap deal for Oblak? With Woodward in charge of transfer negotiations, that option is highly unlikely. The next best option would be Donnarumma of AC Milan. With Milan volunteering to drop out of the Europa League at the start of the season because they knew they could not comply to UEFA's financial fair play rules, this once giant of world football is cash-strapped. However, I would still expect Milan to demand nothing less than a world record transfer for a goalkeeper. An outside shout would be Golini of Serie A side Atalanta. At 25, he is a young keeper, but has the composure under pressure and decisive decision-making that the world's top keepers possess. Since Project Restart, Ederson and Alisson apart, most of the better keepers in the Premier League have been making mistakes. Nick Pope is a good shot stopper, but has a tendency to spill aerial balls. Schmeichel had a disaster against Bournemouth. Lloris has been on the decline for the last 2 years, and you already know my opinion on Henderson. United haven't got the vision or forward thinking to pick out a keeper like Golini, and United are not going to spend big on Oblak or Donnarumma this summer. So it would be pointless to make a change unless it's going to guarantee to be better than De Gea. So the devil's verdict is the grass isn't greener on the other side in this case, and I don't see a viable alternative to De Gea for the foreseeable future. Let me know in the comments how you think United should resolve their goalkeeping issue. As always, please like, subscribe and share, and I'll see you in the next video.